Well, I keep praying in a second. Can't be too late for that because I need them to know that the thing is that their dad needed.
Greetings and salutations. I'm Coach Carla, and I want to thank you for joining me today.
Just now here. But it's not showing the screen. I see you. Oh, it's live. Okay. So we're live. I didn't even know. Oh, I can't see you. So, so
What you need me to do?
yeah, so we're going to
Welcome back.
just stop screen sharing,
Today on Faith.
and then it should go back to just the camera.
Our topic today is blended family.
So let's try it. Hit the stop sharing. Yeah, because I'm just going to walk on there. And then let's go to here and right here. Oh, yep, we're ready.
Greetings and salutations.
You want to do 15 minutes?
Good morning.
Stop.
I'm going to count down when you're down to about the last.
I experienced positive moment after positive moment, and a challenge is simply an opportunity to grow.
Yeah. This one. And
What is Carla doing now? That's what I called her to do. I said, where's Carla doing? I said, what I called her to do.
doing it. That's right. Doing it.
That's it. Walking it out.
Right.
And just keep it, you just be in the way.
Have you ever said, I am too old to fall in love? Has it crossed your mind for a brief moment, I'm going to be alone for the rest of my life? Do you truly believe that all the good ones are taken? And just for a moment, a split second, have you considered lowering your expectations just so you can have someone? If you answered yes to any of these questions, then you are in the right place. Greetings and salutations. I'm Coach Carla, a life architect and affirmationist. Today, we're going to talk about finding the love for your life, because you are the love of your life. When I think about relationships, I think how as a child, no one talked about them. They just happened. When my mother had me, she was a teenager. So during that time, they were taking children from parents, from teen moms, and giving them to responsible adults. Now, in my family, we had two sides of the family. We had the side of the family where they were doing everything society says is right. Everyone was married, kids were doing well, going to college, and things of that nature. Then we had the side of the family where they weren't doing everything so great. There were still marriages over here, but everything wasn't as, quote unquote, good for society. When they took me from my mother, they put me over here on this good side of the family. And over here, I absorbed all of that relationship situation that was going on over there. You know, the responsible husband and the caring and loving wife. I got that soaked into me as a baby. And then something happened. My uncle, who was stationed in Texas, him and his wife were the ones that had me, got stationed in Alaska. So before he went to Alaska, he dropped me off to my mother. Now, this was, and I don't even know how old I was. Somehow they got wind of it and came and took me again. So back I went to another aunt and uncle, and both of these were my mother's brothers. And I got to absorb more of that relationship, more of that feel-good relationship, marriage, raising kids, doing the right thing. And guess what happened? They gave me back. And this time I stayed because apparently that rule was no longer valid. So now I'm raised on the side of the family where it's not always about marriage, you know, just different things happen. We've been together 20 years, why we gotta get married? Oh, we've been married, you haven't been here, we're still married. This is what it is. This is where I grew up. But over here is where I felt like I wanted to be. But I didn't fit in on either side. So here I stand in the gap of these two. As I'm growing up, trying to find who I am, my place, and things of that nature, here's the interesting thing. I never felt like I fit in. I always felt like I was different. I would watch my cousins do some wild things on both sides, cousins speaking to presidents, cousins going to jail, and I still never felt like I fit in. I got my first boyfriend. I know, right? And he kissed me. And I was like, okay, cool. And the reason why he was my boyfriend was because he liked me. And I figured, no, if you like me, I like you too. Then I got my second boyfriend, who was the love of my life at the time. I was a teenager. I didn't know any better. He became the father of two of my children. We had our first son at 15. And what I realized then that would later come back to haunt me is that I really didn't know him. He was my boyfriend. He liked me, I liked him. That's how it went. I struggled as I got older with this because as an adult, living in a situation to where I've been on both sides of the aisle, how is this going to happen? So during the time we were together, I learned he was a multi-generational alcoholic and an abuser. And I fell prey to both of those things.
Your camera
It
did
stopped.
something, it went away.
It went away. It stopped streaming.
It stopped.
Stopped online.
Oh, is it the-
If it happens again, let me put it on do.
But it's still streaming somewhere.
Yeah,
But it's not on
it
Facebook.
did something on the camera here. And then that's what it's showing. So whatever it's showing on the camera here.
Right, because it's supposed, because
Yeah,
it's,
yeah, so it's like, I think the camera did it, because I saw the camera do it first, then it went into the thing here.
If it happens again, let me put it on do.
okay. Yep, it's still.
Sorry, guys, dealing with a little tech issue.